So I think the big white flowers are white pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Josh, let us know when we're.
I think the big white flowers are white pineapple.
Josh, I'm going to go close the blinds so it's not backlit.
Somebody has YouTube on.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, we are live on YouTube.
Okay, should I wait? Oh, I just want to wait for Mary Alice to. Okay. Aloha and good morning. My name is Phyllis Shimabukuro Geyser. I'm the co-chair of the Hawaii Invasive Species Council. I'd like to call this meeting to order. For individuals or entities wishing to provide written, oral, or video testimony during the meeting, please refer to the protocol for providing testimony for remote meetings of the Hawaii Invasive Species Council below on the agenda. So for introductions, I'd like to introduce our council members. Co-chair Suzanne Case.
Morning, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Member Mary Alice Evans.
Morning.
Member David Rodriguez. And myself, and we have quorum, so we will proceed. We'd like to approve the minutes from the August 27th, 2020 meeting. Members, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Mary Alice Evans. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by co-chair Suzanne Case. Discussion. Is there any corrections? Yes, Josh.
I had two very small corrections. One is capitalizing the word Zoom for meetings. And then I had a question. I know that there was a bill passed in the last couple of years about, I don't know if it requires or just encourages Hawaiian diacritics in records, but we're not using them here. So we can perhaps add those before they get finalized for the website.
Thank you, Josh. Any other comments, corrections to the minutes? Is there anyone from the public that wants to comment on the minutes?
There's nothing in the chat. We're monitoring, and we've got other HISC staff that'll keep us informed. We've got 12 viewers, but no comments at this time.
Okay. Seeing or hearing none, then all those in favor of approving the minutes from August 27th, 2020, raise your hand. Okay, so I see Mary Alice Evans, yes. David Rodriguez, yes. And I have to scroll to co-chair Suzanne Case, yes, and I vote yes. So it's approved unanimously. We're going to move on to the first submittal, which is requesting Hawaii Invasive Species Council approval for potential activities as part of the 2021 Hawaii Invasive Species Awareness Month, HISAM, and delegating to the HISC support program staff the annual coordination of activities and the selection of awardees for HISAM to be recognized in the council's name. Who will be presenting?
Chelsea Arnott and I will be co-presenting this submittal.
Okay.
And I just wanted to double check the approval of the minutes that includes the small edits that I mentioned. Great.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, council members, and we are going to keep this very brief. Basically, we wanted to just formalize this year something that we've been doing since 2013, which is an outreach event for invasive species awareness in February. It is something that we originally started doing in coordination with National Invasive Species Awareness Week, But over time, we had a lot of interest in activities from partners, and so we expanded it to be Invasive Species Awareness Month. In the past, we have done a ceremony at the Capitol that many of you have been at, where we provide awards to individuals or businesses that have been nominated either by people who get our emails, or sometimes we nominate folks internally. But we, the support staff, select nominees that receive these recognitions. And usually we do that by giving them a small plaque at the Capitol, and we do a governor's proclamation declaring it Invasive Species Awareness Month. This year, because of COVID, we're going to take this all virtual. And so Chelsea has been kind of our coordinating lead on this. I'm going to turn it over to her just for a moment so she can kind of describe the activities we have planned. And then the submittal is very simple. It is just recommending that the council approve a non-exclusive list of potential activities in attachment 1 of this submittal, which Chelsea is about to summarize, and then formally delegate the annual coordination of activities and the selection of awardees for HISAM to be recognized in the council's name. And I didn't put it here in the recommendation, but hopefully it's implied that formally delegate to the HISC support staff. And so that can include this year's award recipients as well as future years as well. And so maybe after Chelsea describes the activities, Randy can share the names of the potential awardees for 2021. Chelsea?
Yeah, thanks, Josh, and aloha chairs and council members. And so for HISAM this year, under the pandemic times, we're going virtual, which has actually opened up a lot of really great opportunity to work with our partner organizations like the invasive species committees and the watershed partnerships across the state. Kind of the bulk of our schedule is a month-long schedule of different webinars. So each week is going to feature talks from a different island, starting with Hawaii Island. Second week will be Maui Nui. Third week is Oahu, and then the fourth week is Kauai. And we'll have different talks from the invasive species committees on each of those islands, different invasive species related projects happening, a lot of really great aquatic invasive species talks happening throughout the month. We didn't have the schedule finalized to insert into our submittal, but it's now posted on our HISC webpage under Outreach and HISAM 2021. So it's a really full schedule. We have around 33 talks, and then sticking with the virtual platform, we're utilizing our other partners' social media feeds to have kind of different activities through Instagram and Facebook where we can engage folks with just, fun posts. And Big Island Invasive Species Committee will be having an invasive species tournament where they're at the end of the month, they'll have the worst invasive species out of that. I'm not sure how that's exactly going to work, but we're using the hashtag HISAM 2021 so folks can kind of plug that into Instagram and figure out what's happening on those different social media feeds. We're also utilizing the training that DLNR has so generously sponsored with Halau Ohia, and we'll be doing an opening ceremony on February 1st with our Halau Ohia cohorts and doing just something symbolic and to set the intentions for the month. And we'll kind of build on that through the Halau Ohia Facebook page that is also linked into that HISC webpage with the schedule. And to close out the month, we'll be having a closing ceremony at Pai Pai Oheia over in Kaneohe with Halau Ohia folks. And that'll be a sunrise event that will be live. So a lot of really exciting things happening, and we're working on the awards within HISC staff and getting those finalized so we can have some really great videos with people talking about those awardees and the work that they're doing. And we'll kind of scatter those near the end of the month, just so we can work on those videos and make sure we get certificates of recognition and all that fun stuff. So that's the that's the month, and hopefully you guys can attend some of those talks. I think they're going to be really fun.
Okay, thank you, Chelsea.
Randy, did you want to describe the list of potential awardees? It's not in the submittal, but I think we can share that in the meeting.
Okay, let me
Just the names. You don't have to read the nomination or anything.
Sure. A second. Okay. For the Business Leader Award, the nominee was Bill Hendershot of Maui Disposal. For the Community Hero Award, the nominee was John Phelps in Haiku, Maui. And for the Island MVPs, for Maui, it was a teacher at Lahaina Luna High School, Keith Ideoka, for his response to little fire ants at the school there. And then for for Oahu, it was the Conservation Dogs of Hawaii team. And then for Hawaii, it was Kaniela and Genoa Young, of Kani Wildlife Control for their rose ring parakeet control work on Hawaii for the county. And for the Big Island, it was Carolyn Wong for the Island MVP. Carolyn is the state grazing land management specialist for NRCS in Waimea. So those are our nominees for HISC 2021.
Thanks, Randy. I'm not sure if we did introductions at the start of the submittal, but you all know us. But for the record, I'll just say I'm Josh Atwood, Acting Invasive Species Coordinator, and Chelsea Arnott's our planner, and Randy Bartlett is our Interagency Coordinator on your HISC support program staff. So that's our description of what will happen during Invasive Species Awareness Month. And again, the recommendation in the submittal is that the council just approve the list of non-exclusive list of potential activities in attachment 1 for the 2021 PISAM, and that the HISC formally delegates, it should say, to the HISC support program staff the annual coordination of activities and the selection of awardees for HISAM to be recognized in the council's name. And again, we just wanted to formalize this because we often put the council's name on things like the plaques, or we'll post things on YouTube and say, this person's being recognized by the council. And so we just felt it would be appropriate to formally recognize your approval of that process.
Thank you, Josh. Members, do I have a motion to approve the recommendation stated by Josh Atwood?
So moved.
Thank you, Mary Alice. Do I have a second to the motion? David Rodriguez, second. Thank you very much. Discussion, members. Yes, Mary Alice.
I think this is an excellent pivoting to adapt to our COVID public health emergency. And I just want to say that I really enjoyed the video presentations yesterday to the legislature. I thought that they captured the incredible commitment under very challenging environmental conditions of the various invasive species or alien species committees that work in the field. So thank you to Chelsea and Josh and possibly Randy.
And I'll just add, it's a great lineup you have for the month, and really appreciate you making sure all that can happen in a way that is great outreach and safe and keeps us out in the field.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very impressive. You know, wow. I mean, all what you have planned. So good luck and thank you to the people that were involved in coordinating and organizing that.
Thanks. And we'll
It's a
be
team
working
effort.
with PIOs to get a news release out, hopefully with some quotes from the chairs in the next few days. So thank you.
Are there any members from the public that have any comments or questions for Josh, Atwood, or Chelsea, or not? Okay, I don't see any hands raised. Okay. Seeing and hearing none, then members, all those in favor of the recommendations? Okay. I see a unanimous approval, so motion passes.
And members, can we make that edit that I suggested that the HISC formally delegates to the HISC support program staff, the annual coordination of activities? It's just a clarification.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
A second submittal is requesting the HISC approve continued efforts by his support program staff to provide $66,972 in fiscal year 2021.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was removed from the agenda.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, my apologies. Under item 6, submittal requesting council approval to delegate to his support program staff the authority to track legislative measures, provide the council's name written and or oral testimony, and provide comments in the legislative hearings, and requesting that the council delegates to the HIS program support staff the authority to draft and provide in the council's name written and or oral comments on documents relevant to invasive species and released by other entities for input. Wow, that's a long one. Okay.
So moved.
Moved by Mary Alice Evans. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by co-chair Suzanne Cates. Members, any discussion? Okay, do we have any comments, questions from the public? Okay, hearing and seeing none, then members, all those in favor of approving the request to delegate as stated? Okay, I see we have unanimous consent, so the motion passes. We move on to, are there any public comments that would like to be provided at this time?
We did get a request from the Maui Invasive Species Committee. They wanted to provide an update, and so I sent the participant link, but it doesn't look like they're here. So it was a late request. We got it after the start of the meeting via email, or at least it got forwarded to us from Randy after the start of the meeting. So I just sent him the participant link, but if there's nobody, if he doesn't join, I suppose we just move on.
Okay.
So yeah, ask staff to just follow up with him and make sure that we know whatever he wanted to address, and we can look at it at the staff level.
He's actually joining now.
There you go.
Okay.
While he joins, just a clarification, we don't have to redo the vote on the first submittal in order to make that clarifying sentence about adding delegate to the HISC support program staff. You guys know how this works better than I do, but I think we're all good on that.
I think you mentioned it when you were
I did, yeah.
training. Yeah, you did.
Okay, great. Thank you. And so Adam Radford is here. He's the manager of the Maui Invasive Species Committee. And so I'll leave it to the co-chairs if you would like to receive public comments from him.
Yes, Adam Radford. Would you like to provide your comments at this time?
Adam, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I think I'm getting
Oh,
feedback.
perfect. We see you and we hear you.
If you're getting feedback, you'll need to turn off your YouTube.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Chair and members for the opportunity. I just wanted to testify in support. This has been a great program and appreciate your ongoing efforts to make it happen in the face of COVID-19. So mainly just want to make myself available for any questions, but I know speaking for Maui Nui, we're quite excited about the upcoming Invasive Species Awareness Month and all the efforts that the HISC staff and with your support have put into this. So we're looking forward to a great year. And thank you very much for your consideration of this effort. It's really valuable and very well received. And I will say from a neighbor island perspective that it's really grown in popularity over the years. I don't know if it's just the coconut rhinoceros beetle and little fire ant costumes that draw them in, but it's really a great program and appreciate your support. So mahalo for the opportunity and sorry for the late request.
Thank you, Adam. And on behalf of the Hawaii Department of Agriculture, I'd like to thank you and Miss for being very good collaborators with us on Maui. Thank you. Members, do we have any comments or questions for Adam? Okay, if not, is there anyone else from the public that would like to speak at this time? Mahalo, Adam.
We have not received any other requests to join the meeting, correct, Randy? Okay, and there's no comments that I can see in the YouTube chat. So I think we are, oh, we have Dean Comerford is joining
Oh,
just in time.
just in time.
Good morning, Dean.
Good morning. Apologize. I was in a USDA meeting and time got away.
That's all right. We're just wrapping up. We just got through the last agenda item. So we had quorum already, and so we
Great.
voted on the 2 submittals.
So that's a perfect timing. I'll try to do this in the future.
You joined us just in time to vote, make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
There a second? Second by co-chair Suzanne Case. All those in favor of adjourning? Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Busy times, totally understand. Okay, well, thank you. The motion to adjourn was approved unanimously. Thank you very much. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you all so much for your great work.
Yes, thank you so much for all you guys do. And everyone have a good week, rest of your week. Stay
All right.
safe.
Mahalo, council members. Take care.
Mahalo.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.